Who's the best player in the country?
To the media or me?
As you see it.
I feel like I'm the best player in the country.
Okay, who's the second best player in the country?
Angel Reese's WNBA Preseason debut was such a ratings ghost town. Even the tumbleweeds tuned out. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark was out there shattering viewership records like she was headlining the layup Super Bowl. So how did Reese go from Bayou Barbie to Where'd Everybody Go in the span of a single commercial break? Was it a dead remote, or just a silent crowd exit that turned into the funniest case of collective disinterest in recent sports memory? Nobody watched, but somehow we all noticed.
Sorry, young lady. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody would be watching the WNBA. Additionally for you, this is all about Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is bringing the money to the game, the planes to the game, the TV viewership. The WNBA is on fire because of Kate.
Angel Reese entered her WNBA Preseason debut like she was headlining a Beyoncé tour, only to discover the stage was an empty parking lot with a single confused squirrel in the front row. The self-declared queen of college hoops had all the swagger, but the TV ratings? They crashed harder than a TikTok dance challenge at a retirement home.
Wait a minute, correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for elevating the WNBA dump. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for taking the dump and turning it into an unmonetizable turd. Now, to her credit, it is a nicely polished turd. It almost looks appealing. Almost. Of course, it's still not appealing enough to generate profit, but I guess the WNBA is taking baby steps. I mean, what's one more year of multi-million-dollar?
Let's paint the scene in all its tragic glory. Angel Reese showed up dripping in confidence and glam, ready for a red carpet moment, and got hit with the cold, empty hum of radio silence. If TV ratings had a basement, hers didn't just fall into it. They grabbed a shovel and started tunneling to the Earth's core. How bleak was it? Her game had fewer viewers than a sock-folding tutorial on YouTube. We're talking full-on ghost town vibes. Even the Nielsen rep probably glanced at the screen and said, "Yeah, I'm gonna pass." Then flipped the channel.
Have root beer, and I can get all that for more than what it would cost to get to a Chicago Sky versus Minnesota Lynx. This is.
Let's be clear. Reese stormed into the WNBA expecting to make waves. She had the college stardom, the bold persona, and a mouth louder than a Real Housewives reunion. But when the spotlight hit, the audience barely blinked. This wasn't just low ratings, it was so quiet, people were asking if it even aired.
I would not be talking about the Fever's attendance figures when it had been widely known Caitlin Clark was not going to play in that Fever game on Friday.
Meanwhile, in a different time zone, Caitlin Clark was putting on a show. The Indiana Fever could have held their preseason game on Mars and still smashed viewership records. While Clark lit up both the court and the Nielsen charts, Angel was left staring at her phone, wondering why even her aunt didn't bother to tune in.
Folks, it's over. Or it's close to it. If it's not over, it's close to it. I'm at that point where I think we are at a point of no return. I think we have hit a level where there are problems and they are starting to punch you right in the face.
The difference? Clark played like she had something to prove, while Reese acted like a crown was waiting for her just for showing up. News flash. Prime time isn't handed out for participation. People tune in for basketball, not just for the spotlight. Reese spent more time posing than playing. Personality is great, but you've got to deliver on the court too. She thought charm could replace shooting skills, but even influencers need a backup plan. When the ratings tanked, Reese reportedly lost it, because of course she did. She expected fireworks, not crickets.
We say hands down, Caitlin Clark is the best player to come through the WNBA. Hands down, not based on white privilege. I think based on her full athletic talent and the position that she's playing in the WNBA.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark shoved it up, laced up, and let her game do the talking. No drama, no diva antics, just three-pointers and record-breaking ratings. She knew fans watch sports, not fashion shows with missed free throws. Angel Reese has talent, but not the kind that makes people cancel dinner plans. It's the classic case of hype without substance, like promising a Beyoncé album and delivering a kazoo solo. The WNBA hoped Reese would boost ratings, but instead, they got a lesson in overhyping and underdelivering. It's like spending millions on a blockbuster, only to watch the lead forget her lines while half the audience leaves early. That was Reese's preseason debut.
Comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese, stop it. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. If you throw up 85 attempts, you're eventually going to get one or two. But the fact that you have to throw the ball up 85 times is fucking ridiculous.
The ratings weren't the only problem. Angel's social media presence fell flat too. No trending hashtags, no viral clips, just silence. It felt like everyone was thinking, maybe we made a mistake. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's highlights were everywhere. SportsCenter, ESPN, and even non-sports fans were cooked. She's already a pop culture sensation, while Angel's still trying to catch up. Caitlin's grinding, racking up points effortlessly. When the WNBA showed her the viewership numbers, she reacted like her birthday got canceled. Side eyes, mood swings, and probably a passive-aggressive tweet or two.
Only ones chomping at the bits, waiting to watch Caitlin Clark play. It seems like the rest of the country was waiting in suspense along with us. It seems as if the rest of the country was on the edge of their seats, waiting for Fever basketball, and how do I know? Numbers don't.
The Babe Barbie hype quickly turned into a kiddie ride. Angel Reese was meant to lead a bold new WNBA era, but instead, she became a cautionary tale of hype over hustle. Reese might be decent, but you can't sell yourself as the main event and then fumble the ball. The fans gave her a chance, but she didn't deliver. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark rises because she's watchable, not loud. The WNBA can push Reese into the spotlight, but if the audience isn't buying it, no PR can change the ratings.
Angel Reese was the star of stars, the icon of icons. That's what the mainstream media keeps telling me. Headline at Forbes from last month, how Angel Reese and Asia Wilson are leading the WNBA's growth.
Reese's fans will claim it's jealousy, but the truth. She played like she was saving energy for a TikTok dance, and the game had zero tension. Definitely not a conspiracy. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark lets her game do the talking. The loudest expect love, but true icons don't need to shout. Caitlin whispered, and the country listened. Angel shouted, and got crickets. And don't forget when Reese allegedly stormed out of a press event after being asked about the ratings. If you're getting paid like a pro, play like one, or at least handle the questions.
You've got a basketball player, you got a celebrity that, or somebody that thinks she's a celebrity, that happens to be a basketball player. All right, but she's not celebrity enough to actually pack in the stands. And guys, there is some ugly numbers here.
Coming through in 19 minutes of play, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Caitlin Clark doing Caitlin Clark things.
So there's no excuse. Nobody watched that game between the Sky at LSU for Angel Reese's homecoming. Nobody watched.
Media seems to be struggling with the difference between a star and a mainstream draw.